Yo, what's up, John? What's up, Matt? Give everybody a few minutes to get in here. Ho, ho, ho. Jacob, there's 2 free premium plays on that video. What's up, Jerry? Appreciate it, Jerry. What's up, Keith? What's up, Steven? What's going on, Colton? Appreciate it. Yeah, it was a good day yesterday. 8-2. College basketball is on a freaking blaze right now. Scott, what's going on? Scott says cheers from Anaheim. I told you guys before the season even ended that would be the new home of Garrett Cole, and I still stand by that. I told you it'd be the new home of Joe Madden, too. That's already happened. Let's take this out of here. John, I haven't looked at my phone in probably 2 hours. I've been knee deep in games. If the Chicago Bears don't exist, what team would you be rooting for? In the NFL, probably the Detroit Lions. or the Patriots, just because I like Brady that much. What is your take on Florida basketball? I know you like them, but maybe they just need some time to figure it out. Yeah, I still think at the end of the year they'll be one of the top teams, and if Kentucky doesn't win the SEC, then the only other SEC East team that I think it could be is Florida. The only team in the West that I really think's got a shot is Auburn. Somebody emailed me yesterday. Excuse me. And asked me about the college basketball season. Said they were having an issue buying it. So I emailed them back. I haven't gotten a response. So I went in and extended it through today. And let me make sure that it's still up there because it was acting funny earlier. So I don't want anybody to jump on and not be able to get it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's still there. So it won't end until midnight tonight instead of last night. And I don't think I mentioned that on my free play video. So there's the announcement. Shane says, "Hey man, just so you know, the YouTube link isn't working on Twitter." I don't know. I pulled it directly. I know you guys can't see what I'm seeing, but what I'm looking at on my page, it shows the stream key that you have to put into your software so you can stream, the URL, and then the backup server URL. And you just click copy and then you go paste it wherever. So that's all I did. And that's all I ever do. So if it is not working, probably something to do with YouTube, which is par for the course for them. But I don't know. I wish I knew stuff like that, but I am not even going to pretend that I am an expert and stuff like that. But at least that way people realize that I'm live. Even if they can't click the link, at least they know where I'm at. I would find it hard to believe that people that follow me on Twitter, don't know that I'm on YouTube. So we need to do something to get the subscriber count up on YouTube. So you guys know I don't ever beg for subscribers or likes or anything like that. But I do want to up the subscriber count for YouTube. So I'm thinking maybe going back and doing what I was doing about a year ago, maybe doing like every time we hit a 500 subscriber milestone, doing like a big giveaway or something. Matt, it's $400. And maybe doing something like that. Because, I mean, hell, it's really, you got to think with as many people that I've got on social media that I already have on YouTube, versus how many clients I have, all this stuff, it really wouldn't be that hard to jump the subscriber count up by 2 or 3,000. You would think. I mean, we got 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. If half those people, I mean, because here's the thing, you're subscribing to me, then you're wagering on sports. That's just a fact. Whether it be every so often or you do it every day, it doesn't matter. You're doing it, which means that you know somebody else that does it. You're not the only person in your life that does it, and you just hide from it. So you have to know somebody. So give them a call and say, hey, subscribe to this guy. It's worth the information. Free plays every day, does a bunch of giveaways, all that stuff. And then every time we hit a 500 milestone, doing a big giveaway, giving away a handful of week packages, a couple of month packages, something like that. Hell, if you guys can double my subscriber count by the end of the month, I'll give away a year pass. I just feel like I'm starting to invest a lot more time into the YouTube thing. Because I've never been one to try to do a video every day, and I still don't. There's still one day every week at least where I do not do a video, and I'm upfront and honest about that. I wasn't going to do one yesterday, but hated by Ghost. Okay. But I decided to do one anyway. So I'm doing more videos. I'm obviously going live, which I used to do maybe once a month. I'm doing it 2 and 3 times a week now on average. So I figure, hell, if I'm going to spend that much time, but I kind of like you. All right, Andrew, I appreciate it. If I'm going to invest this much time into it, I might as well benefit from it in some way by knowing that it's working enough to make people come back to subscribe, stuff like that. It's not about trying to make money. But if we're not building subscribers, if we're not, growing in that sense, then I don't know what the overwhelming thought is and how people are accepting the bump in information. So until I know, I mean, obviously I'm not going to do it forever if I don't know for sure that people are wanting and enjoying it. John Brady says, I know Jerky does this, but maybe you could put a spin to it and anyone gets you a certain amount of subs, picks a person and give them a deal or a free package or something. Yeah, the only problem is, John, I already received so many emails. The only way that I'd be able to do that is if you get me subscribers, then, you would have to obviously email me, let me know, like, hey, this person, this person, this person. And that's going to make me get 1,000 emails a day, and it's going to be very difficult for me to go through that. Like I said, I'm one person, and last thing I want to do is ask something of someone, they do it, and then I can't get to it in time, and they feel like I'm jerking them around. So I would rather just be like, hey, let's up the subscriber count. You guys keep getting the subscribers. I'll keep giving the stuff away gladly. Chase, just make an epic clickbait video. Seems to work. God, I don't want to be known as that person, though. I almost put Colin Kaepernick's name in the title of this live show because I figured that I would have 5,000 people on here if I did. But I don't want to be that guy, which we can talk about it. I just didn't want to be that guy that puts Colin Kaepernick's name in something just to gain viewers. Horseshoe Casino in Hammond, Indiana doesn't let you buy half points. Great pick on New England. Sweating balls out on last Philadelphia play. You shouldn't have, though, man. Sweating it out on last play. You should have known by the way Belichick set that defense that they only had enough time for one play. So you knew they weren't going to run it. They had to throw it. They wasted way too much time to begin with. They should have been able to get 2 to 3 plays off, but they settled for the one by wasting time. And then with the way New England had controlled that offense and not let them do anything for 2.5 quarters, and then they went back and they were guarding every eligible receiver on that last play. Once it got down to that, I certainly wasn't worried. That was going to be the last thing I was going to be worried about, especially with the way that New England had been playing defensively. But I get it. I get why you say that. Andrew C. says, so you do this for a living? I do. 7 days a week. How come I can't build a solid bankroll? I don't know. I don't know how you wager, what you wager on, how much you win, how much you lose. That would not be a question for me to answer because I don't know you. Tips on how to win. Yeah, buy a package. Play my games and play them the way that I say to play them. Steven, yes, they are. The NHL one, I really went back and forth with for a while. But, I mean, obviously, if you've got them, then you got my reasonings why. But I struggled with that one for a few minutes. I really did. You know, do I not put it on the card? Do I put it on the card? I mean, it made the cut. But I was just worried about... Obviously, I'm not going to get too deep into it. That's what the free play video is for, and I'm not going to give it out here, and then it's just a waste to do the free play video. But, I mean, you saw why. Jerry Valdez, John Brady says, I've been with Chase over 2 years to jump on the year all access. I promise you. You will have one, Andrew. The free plays you give out, buy his package. That's easy. Just pick the right plays, Andrew. Jerry Valdez, I have also been with Chase from day one. The all access is the way to go. Stephen Bauer says, yeah, you seem questionable in the NHL one. Well, Stephen, trust me, I wholeheartedly believe in the play. It's just, I mean, you saw why. I gave a very detailed explanation as to why I even questioned it. But I follow my system. It made the cut, so we went with it. But I gave it out for free. That way, if God forbid the play were to lose, anybody can watch that, video and see that if they lose, it's because of exactly what I said on that video. I doubt it. If anything, I think that it could go up, Steven. Reggie Clark. Chase, what is your process for capping college basketball and football? Meaning, with so many games, is there anything in particular you look for to narrow the games down? I mean, there's not anything that makes me go through and circle it other than just I pay a lot of attention, man. I watch so much of it. I read everything and soak up every bit of information that I can. I've got somewhat of a photographic memory. I can speed read pretty well. So I read, I listen. I mean, I do this all day. Like if I'm in the car, even if I don't care about what happened in last night's Chargers-Chiefs game, because truth be told, me as a person, I couldn't give two shits less. But it's something that I have to know. I have to know what went on, the mistakes that were made. So, I mean, eventually, I have to go back and watch the game and take notes, but until I can get to that this week, I just listen and read everything that I can about it to get an idea. That way, stuff's in my head. When I see lines that look off, it makes me circle it, and then I come back to it. Once we get to that day, when I need to work on that day. But see, I'm already circling matchups for Thursday. Some lines are out, some lines are not. If I see lines that I think are off, I want to figure out why, or if it's just a mistake. So, I mean, man, it's a long time of doing this. Any college football games tonight? There's 2 tonight. There's one that I've got circled that there's the potential for. Nothing is set in stone yet. I heard that, everything that I can see is that Phillip Rivers cost them a chance to tie that game. Poor Rivers. Him and his 40 kids. Chase, who was the best baseball player you personally have played against? Against or with? Because there's probably people that I played against growing up that I don't even remember. Or don't even realize that I played against them. Because we did travel ball. So, you would play a guy, and for all I know, I could have played against somebody that's in the big leagues now, and I don't even realize it. John Brady says, do you think the Jets can win against Oakland this weekend? Yes, I do. That doesn't mean take the Jets right now. Plus, you're a Jets fan, so you don't need to do anything on that game unless I say so. But do I think they can win? Sure. I absolutely do. It's time for a little bit of regression from Oakland anyway. Stephen Bauer says, Chase, who was the best player you personally have played against or with or both? I'd have to say overall Jackie Bradley Jr., Steven, I played AAU. I played All-Star Ball, Big League World Series. Obviously Pee Wee ball growing up. High school ball. I played it all. Jackie Bradley Jr., Whit Merrifield, Scott Wingo was really good. Michael Roth was a great pitcher. Justin Smoke. Zach Brown, Shelton Sisson, Adam Durham. Yes, he was. He was a Gamecock. One of probably the best to ever play at that university. But so was Whit Merrifield. Whit Merrifield was actually the one that hit the line drive to right field to win the College World Series in 2010. Their first ever, the university's first ever major national championship. Yes, I know them. Grew up with Whit, played with Scott, played with Michael, Shelton and Zach went to high school with them. Played with Jackie in an All-Star League one year. We played Big League World Series in 2004 in South Carolina. And I was on a team with... Was Jackie on that team that year? Yeah, Jackie was in 04. Merrifield was in 05. Besides watching games and your personal power rankings, are there other tools that you use to cap college basketball and football? Reggie, as far as basketball, just my knowledge of the sport. It's kind of the same thing with football. Yeah, I know that sounds cliche to be like, oh, I just know about the sport, but I'm going to be honest with you. You look at some of these guys that are saying, oh, you're only betting a number, you're not betting a team, you're not betting a player. That's bullshit. That is horse shit. Because if you don't know about a player, what they're capable of doing, when it's time for them to regress, when it's time for them to show out, based on their player history and their player makeup, then you're not going to win long term. You can bet the number all day long and you can win 52.4% of the time, or whatever that stupid number that everybody says will make you profit is. Guess what? You hit 52.4%. I want to see your winning year, because guess what? You lost. Maybe not by a lot, but you lost. And that's saying that you managed your bankroll perfectly without ever making a financial mistake. Okay? So that's saying that, and I still bet you didn't profit money at 52.4%. I bet you didn't profit money at 53%. You can't hit 56% and above. You truly did not make money. And that's just a fact. So that's why people go, oh, Chase doesn't hit 60% in sports. That's a lie. Okay, ask my clients. They've been with me for years on end. If they weren't hitting 60%, they're not going to be paying thousands of dollars a year to keep coming back. Yo, Elliot, what's up? How's everything going, sir? Elliot, we got to eat our words, because we were given John shit for liking the Kings the other night, and they actually ended up winning, but it's okay. Came back against the Kings right after that with a top play, and showed him that's why you never back the Kings. You got talent and you used. What did I use? That's got to be a typo. Jerry Valdez says, what are your thoughts on parlays and do you play them? I understand they are sucker bets. They're absolutely sucker bets. Now, Jerry, that's not saying that you can't take a little bit of money and have some fun with it. But what I tell people is, if you're going to bet a parlay, don't let it be with your bankroll. If you've got $20 in your pocket and you're at a ticket window, or you're on your online account and you want to take $20 that, because here's the thing. What do we waste money on? We waste $20 on something every day that truly we don't need. So if you want to take $20 and go throw a 5-teamer out there or something like that, and then go do it. But there's no risk involved in that. Do not use your bankroll. Do not bet serious money. Do not tease anything down. Don't play high money lines in football and all that shit. I mean, it's just dumb. First halves and first quarters and all that stuff, those are for people that can't figure out how to break down a whole game. Stephen Bauer says, teasers and moneyline parlays why Vegas makes so much money. That's how they get a lot of volume of money. They don't make a ton of, it's not a ton of money. It's just a high volume of people losing money. There was a guy in Vegas on Sunday that played a 12 or 14 team parlay for $20. And it was all football. There might have been one basketball pick in there, maybe. I don't know. But the only thing that beat him out from winning $50,000 was the Raiders not covering their spread. And he put this bet in early, so the spread was only like 10.5 or something on his ticket. And they didn't cover it. Now, guess what? He only lost $20, no harm, no foul. But it just shows you how quick he was to flipping Vegas for the day. $50,000 on a $20 investment? That's crazy. That's why I say have fun with it if you want to. We still want to have fun at it, but don't take parlays seriously. Don't use your bankroll. Don't put real money on it. Otherwise, you will get burned and you will lose. Over and over and over and over again. Appreciate it, Cesar. Is that how you pronounce your name? Is it Caesar or Cesar? I've got people that spell it the same way and tell me that I pronounce it wrong. Chase hates parlays. It's okay to play small, though, at least. Yeah, it's just for fun money. Utah killed my 3-team parlay last night. I'm assuming you mean the Jazz. Because we had Utah State as a top play, and that was a blowout. I'm a Leafs fan. Think we are too banged up to win tonight? I don't know. That's one that I actually haven't broke down yet. I got to get to that one, but I'm waiting on the morning skate around report. It's a good situational play for them. Don't worry, Toronto will take this one. And I haven't looked at it yet, so I'm not gonna say either way. Leon, what's up, dude? I do, John. Oh, Elliot, I've had some parlays that would make you shit yourself, but it's not that they come very often. Now, here's the thing: during baseball season, I'll take like little odd numbers. Like if I look at my weekly winnings, right, and the money profited was I'm just going to throw a round number out there of 10 grand, but it's actually 10,175. I'll figure out a way to write that 175 off, and I'll split it up into a couple of 3-team parlays over the week for fun, just to do it. And it's usually involving teams that I do not have action from a premium or top play standpoint on. If I'm taking the over-under in a game, I like taking the first quarter and then the half and ride it out the whole game. Usually cash all three when doing so. Be honest with yourself, though. You cash 60, 65, 70% of the time? Or do you say that you cash most of the time because you go on streaks? But with every good streak, there's a bad streak. And I'm not questioning you, I was just asking. Nasty Nate, what's up? Colton, do you think Edmonton can keep this up? Put a futures bet on them beginning of the season just because of the odds. They started out hot. Edmonton's not a bad team, and they play conservatively, which for them works out very well, especially because of their top. They're three at the top of the key. Their left wing plays really good and really conservative. He's really good at putting in a system play at the right time. The only thing is, Edmonton, to me, seems unsustainable because of their overall stamina and where you have rookies that need, and I don't even want to call them rookies. We'll just say people that aren't as experienced that I think need a few more years under their belt. So, no, I think post All-Star break, they'll start to trend downward. I don't think they're going to tank by any means, but I don't see Edmonton making a true push for postseason. Think that the Bears need to bench Trubisky. No, I do not. I think they need to fire Matt Nagy. And I wouldn't say that excuse me, that early in someone's career. But the only reason he benched Trubisky the other day was so that he could put Chase Daniel in and blame it on Trubisky and allow it to already be thought of. Oh, he's benching him because it's his fault. The poor kid is trying to fix your bullshit. And I'm sorry, but that's the case. Trubisky is not an all-star quarterback, but Trubisky is a smart enough football player to be consistent enough to carry his team to wins when he's protected, when defense does their job, and when he's got the right plays being called. He's not a play caller. He never has been. He never will be. So call the boy some fucking plays and stop blaming everything on him. Matt Nagy, you should be taking the blame as a head coach, whether it's your fault or not. But it is your fault, and you're still not taking the blame. That visor looks pretty fucking stupid now, don't it? Sorry for my French. Any team that gets James Neal to score will be successful. Oilers should make a nice run. Can't wait till next MLB season so I can get your cards for the day and parlay them. Elliott, even though, I preach against parlays, I got a lot of people that do that. And they'll admit it. They'll be like, I don't care what you say, I'm doing it. It's my money. I'm like, yeah, it is your money. I can't tell you what to do. I just give you my advice. Because most people don't do this for a living. I do, so I have to worry about making sure that it's profit day in and day out. Best team, NFL Ravens. Leon, right this very second, yes. I think they're very well coached. I think Lamar Jackson is a stud. I think their defense is playing well. I think their special teams is playing lights out. I think their corners and their tackle positions are doing good. I think their safeties are doing good. So all around, if you had to ask me right this very second who I think is playing like the best team in the NFL, I would absolutely say the Ravens. But truth be told, I'm going to get raked for this one. Patriots are still the best team in the league, man. You go out there against Philly, which is nothing to brag about. But you're against Philly, at Philly. Philly's got momentum. Philly just had a week off just like you. And all Bill Belichick had to do was huddle that defense up, speak for 10 seconds, and then in 2.5 quarters, you gain 54 yards of offense. That's the best team in the league because they are the best coached from top to bottom. All of their coaches are incredible. And let's face it, they got the best player in the world who did not have a good game Sunday. Still don't mean that he didn't make some plays that make you think, holy shit, this guy's superhuman. I'm a casual bettor with a $500 bankroll. How would you suggest I bet per game? $50. A premium play. Or truth be told, at $500, probably bet $500 across the board to start out. If you wanted to drop your premiums to $25 and then up your top plays to $75, you could do so. That way you've got some bigger action. But if you're going to go to $50, I wouldn't up your bets for anything right now until we can get you over to about that $1,500 mark. Pats will win the Super Bowl again. If they don't, they're going to beat themselves. I mean, that's just... Lamar Jackson's great. Harbaugh's a great coach. Baltimore's done a fantastic job in building that team. The problem is when it comes down to it, you talk about going late into the season. Both teams are at the very end of the season. They're all tired. They've exhausted everything they can. It's going to come down to coaching and just overall who is the best. And I'm sorry, Lamar Jackson is great. Lamar Jackson's also going to be somebody that's going to stay hurt a lot in the future because he's that type of quarterback. That's all he knows how to be. That's all will ever be able to be. It's great. If he's healthy, it's incredible. It's just not sustainable. And Harbaugh's not Belichick. I'm sorry. He's a good coach, but he ain't a hair on fucking Belichick's ass. Speaking of Ravens, you think the Texans were still hungover from London, didn't even show up Sunday, expected to be a good game? No, I think Deshaun Watson's overrated. I think Houston's the worst coach team in all of the NFL, and I think that people have too high hopes for what's an average team at best. And you have teams like the Ravens that are well coached enough to not let a bye week or a big win cloud the vision of going forward. Deshaun Watson can go out there and beat the Jets, and they're out there riding highs if they've done something. And they're praising the man like I got screwed out of the Heisman. Guess who beat him out of the Heisman? The person that just whooped that ass. Who else besides the Pats will make the Super Bowl if you had to pick now? Ooh. Oh, my God. I don't know. I got to think on that one for a second. I'm pick and choose, not a high volume player, but like last night, I had all 3 tickets on the under. minute and a half or so because I'm about to bust. Go. John, I'll answer your question in a minute. Ho, 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 ho. What the hell? Oh, my damn. All right. I guess everybody can still see me, hear me, all that good stuff. All right. Nasty Nate says, I love Brady, no homo. Me too. I like it when people say they hate Tom Brady and then I put them on the spot and be like, I want your reasons why you hate Tom Brady. Can't say he's arrogant or cocky. I mean, he's the most modest human being on the face of the earth. I mean, it's just, he's a stand up dude. Who has an absolutely perfect jawline. Tom Brady is Chuck Norris's father. All right, let's do free play. Let me see what I likes. What do y'all want to do? College basketball. There's so much college basketball. We got to do college basketball. People are flooding in on that college basketball season. I guess these are all the people that thought it ended yesterday. All right, let's see if we have any line movements from early this morning, so I can give you accurate information. Ho, 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 ho. That's almost too easy. God, if there's any time to be on college basketball, it's right now. These lines are a joke. Who sets minus 22 for Gonzaga over UT Arlington? I can think back to just the last 4 times these teams met, and Gonzaga has not won a game by any less than 30 points. I mean, you have there's nothing to back a 22-point spread. 27 at minimum. All right, let me get back in this chat. Ellie loves him, therefore I hate him. Well, just tell her that you love his wife then. Giselle. Oh. Somebody says that they're not getting... Hold on then. Hold on. I may can fix that. Let me try something. I don't know what it means, but the other day... Be careful with Kansas. They're playing slower right now. Hold on. All right, let's see if this fixes it. All right, it's giving me a green light now, so hopefully... we'll be good to go. If not, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, take Gonzaga. Something's weird about that line. I'll tell you what, there's one game that I like. Let me look at this, see if the line's moved at all. Hold on, I'll fix it in just a second, or at least I'll try. It may be because of how many devices I'm running right here, and I'm just eating up every bit of the Wi-Fi I got. I just need to hardwire this computer in when I go live. All right. Kansas should be favored by over 20. That game's suspect. Not saying don't take it, but I need to look into that one a little bit. The game that I think that I want you guys to play, and to be honest with you, it's not that I think the spread is way off. I think the spread's fairly accurate, but I just know how Frank Martin does. I know how defense is going to do. And I just think that Frank pays attention to stuff like this. They're playing Boston University. It's the Gamecocks over the Boston University Terriers minus 15. I'd take that game. I like South Carolina minus 15. My power rankings show that it should be minus about 19.5. Frank Martin's very good at covering spreads against weaker opponents, especially at home. I give less than a 10% chance for Boston University to pull an upset here. So if South Carolina can play their game, I see them going into the half up somewhere between 8 and 10 points, pulling away their late, and the defense just absolutely working Boston because they'll probably run a full court press tonight with a 2-3 zone and then switch to man late once Boston's starting to show signs of fatigue. And then that should be all she wrote. That is when South Carolina will start breaking out and shooting from beyond the arc. They find a little rhythm there. They could win this game by 25 plus. So I like South Carolina. There's your free play. Minus 15. Colton, I think anything with Virginia is a low-scoring game. Yo, what's up, Eric? Elliot says, nice breakdown. That's what I do, man. I'll be honest with you. That's probably why I have the following in the clientele that I do, because people start hearing the breakdowns. And, I mean, they can ask me about a game, and I can do it right off the top of my head. Nobody in this industry does that. Nobody. Do you ever touch over or under in college basketball? Yes, but not until we get past the first month. I'll start playing a good bit of it towards Christmas. Maryland minus 26.5 versus Fairfield. I don't think it's a bad bet. Something just tells me that line's a little high. I haven't gotten to that one yet. Maryland, again, was one of my preseason predictions to be a very good Big Ten team and be someone that, makes the tournament this year. But right now it's still early. They're still trying to, find their true identity, to be honest with you. Looking at Nevada versus Davidson, I like Nevada +9. Okay, you want my honest opinion. My honest opinion is I absolutely hate that game. I don't know that I would touch it. But if I was going to touch it, I'd lay the points with Davidson all day long. Nevada is not the team of last year or the last 2 years. That's what everybody still has in their mind because they were they were a team of grown men. And they're just not that anymore. And Davidson, ever since the Curry years, they've been able to recruit very, very well in the Virginia, North Carolina area. They get the leftovers from North Carolina, Duke, Virginia, NC State. But I don't mean leftovers in a bad way. These are still talented players, and they always run a fast-paced offense. Which is usually what allows them to be successful against a lot of teams in their divisions because those teams are usually bigger, out of shape, and just not ready for what Davidson's got. Davidson, small guys, low to the ground, very fast, a lot of stamina. Later, Elliot. There is a lot of basketball tonight. I like it. Justice, I don't think that it's too good. I think that the odds makers are still capitalizing off of everybody's opinion of Nevada because of last year. Guys, and that's what I preach to my clients, people just don't pay attention to what comes in, what's gone out. And that's a big, big deal. I mean, losing one player and having to replace him could be the difference between 5 to 6 losses, maybe more. Maybe you having to change up your defense from being able to run man-to-man because of speed to having to run a 2-3 zone or a 3-2 zone if you're playing a predominantly outside shooting team. No love on my question. What was your question? I don't see it. I mean, I've got stuff coming in so fast, man, and it disappears on my end, so. Double top play winner last night, Walter, absolutely. And then Sunday we had our top play winner as well as our winner on the NFL Game of the Year. We had a few bad days last week, but that's all behind us, as I said it would be. Sacred Heart versus Brown. What a shit game. Oh, my God. Please tell me you're a Brown student or something. Where are my notes on that one? Because I know I did that one last night. The line is probably different than what I had it at. It's certainly not a game that I love just because these are two teams going nowhere fast. And plus, you get into these Ivy League schools and stuff like that, they are heartbreakers. Now, Brown's been good this year. They've fired off 3 straight wins. which is good, which is why I think they're getting the love. Which is why I also think money's coming in on them. But to be honest with you, I think Sacred Heart at home should be favored. At bare minimum, it should be a pick 'em, but I think that Sacred Heart should be the one, laying a point and a half to 2 points. That's just my opinion. I don't love the game. I think Brown is a more talented team. Sacred Heart's 0-3 versus Brown 3-0, but I'll be honest with you. I think Sacred Heart should be favored here. These teams are a lot more even than their records will display. By far. Brown gets to play known competition. That's the thing. Your Ivy Leaguers. But look at who Sacred Heart's played. I think they played UConn first game of the season. Second game of the season, I think. They played Providence, who is nothing to turn your nose up at. They've really only played one bad team. UConn, I don't care if they're a bad team for this year. UConn is a great basketball program. They're consistent, and Providence is one of those lower tier programs on the rise. So I don't think that, you're in the NEC conference, which is like being, I'm not even going to make that statement. I'd probably lose half my followers for it. But anyway, it's nothing to really even pay attention to. And listen, I love smaller conference basketball. It's where I make a lot of my money. But your Ivy Leagues and your independents and your NECs, it's just, you don't know what's going to happen from day to day. Let me log out of all this crap, all my spreadsheets and stuff, because that may be what's slowing this chat down. We'll run it for about another 10 minutes, guys, and then I'm going to jump off here and get back to work. Got a good bit more basketball to go over before I can get plays out. But it's going to be another great day as always, especially in college basketball. NHL's back on track. And give me 1 second, guys. I'm not ignoring you. I'll get your questions in a second. I'm just going to log out of all this stuff, see if we can speed this chat up so I don't keep cutting in and out on you guys. I just got to save a few things so I don't lose it. I hope my wife brings me some lunch when she comes home, because she knows I'm working from home today. And today's my cheat day. All right. Let's get back in this chat. Walter McCurry, I like Penn State plus 21. What? What are y'all talking about? Penn State's not getting points. We talking about basketball, right? Penn State's laying like 16 points or something. Hold on. Last line I had, Penn State minus 16. Should I stay away from Penn State? John, are you asking for tonight, or are y'all talking about something else here? I asked myself this morning, is the Dallas game from NHL? That's not really a. It's not really a question. Oh, y'all are talking about Ohio State, Penn State. Ohio State's gonna royally rape them. I have a server. How do you think I'm online? I just run it off of Wi-Fi, and I also have two more computers. I have iPads. I've got 3 phones that are running Wi-Fi right now. That's why I said I just need to use a hardwire when I'm doing the streams. Can't get online without some sort of server. Over recent years, the mid majors have really closed the gap between them and big name schools competition wise. Yeah, and that's because of one and dones. You have these one and done. I'm not even going to say what I wanted to say. The one and done's killing themselves. So your Missouri Valleys, your Big East schools that don't run that one and done mentality. They're going out there and showing they can hang with them too when they have 4 years to develop players that aren't even thinking about the NBA when they get into college. They're thinking about getting an education, playing ball, and then wherever that leads them in 4 years, we'll see. Quick thoughts on Rivers' performance. Haven't officially watched it. From what I've read, it's time for Rivers just to call it a career. Hats off to you, Rivers. Last thing you want to do is start that new venture in LA with the new stadium and everything. They don't want to start it off on a bad foot. I know you've got 1,000 kids and don't want to go home and probably can't afford to, but I just don't think you got it no more, buddy. You certainly don't have the mind for it because you make a lot of stupid mistakes to be the veteran that you are. Chase, do you believe Jimmy from Ghost Picks winning 10 straight days and all that NHL? I think he's lying. I don't know. Don't know, Clay. Don't care. If he did, good for him. If he's lying, won't be the first time. But I don't know, man. I don't care. Got nothing but love for the dude. Wish him well. Clay, Jimmy's not my boss. And no, I'm not dodging your question, but he's not my boss. He's never been my boss. He will never be my boss, and I'm not affiliated with his company. If you want his NHL, go for it. If you want real NHL, it's at chasewins.com. If you think he's lying, tell him that. I have nothing to do with it. NC State minus 32 points is too much for them to lay to anybody, in my opinion. Not saying they can't cover it against Alcorn State because literally, what's the difference between your NHL? It's mine. I actually cap the NHL. They're my plays. I put them out. My NHL is 71.6% for the entire year overall, and we've high volume plays. Last night hit another top play, 22-4 for 91% in NHL top plays this season. That's not just the difference between me and one person. That's the difference between me and the entire industry. Don't believe me? Half the people in this chat are on my NHL, and they're long-term customers. If you don't want to take it from me, then take it from them. There you go, one right there. His NHL isn't his. Elliot V, the person that was in here earlier, was the person he used to get NHL from. I know that, but I don't know about anything else, nor do I care. I hope he wins 10 straight days. It's not that hard to figure out, Clay. I don't know what's confusing about that. There you go. Eric's a fairly new client of mine long term, as far as long term goes. Eric, how long have you been on the 1 year all access pass now? You're on it. John's on it. Walter's on it. Where's Jerry Valdez? He's on it. Who else is in here that's on it? Oh, some of my peeps already left. Well, damn. Colton, there you go. There's another one of my customers. Damn, we had a good turnout today. Because I was there when that company started. It was just me and him. We started it, we built it up, and I left in June of this year. Joseph Hendricks, another 1 year client. You came from Barstool Radio, as in listening to Barstool Radio? Listen, this is just my honest opinion. If you've got 3 hours a day to keep redialing a number to get on a radio station to try to promote something, when are you breaking down games? Expertly breaking down games and doing what you claim to do. So you're not Ghost Picks Jimmy. No. What do you mean? Guys, I'm going to say this one more time. I used to be with the company. I am no longer with the company. I will never be with the company again. The day the company became a company, I was there. It was just me and him. That went on for a long time. And then he brought in some other people that do stuff on, on their own. They're their own cappers. They're, lifelong friends of his. And hold on. And they do their own thing. More power to them. Love Jack, love Dimes, love those guys. Really do. Wholeheartedly, I mean that. I love those guys. But I am no longer affiliated with the company. I don't want to be... I don't even want to be referred to in the same sentence as the company. I am my own capper, always have been. I've never received picks from anybody, information or, advice from anybody. They're my plays. I do 100% of the work myself. I listen to him on Barstool Radio every day, and he always wins, and they love him. How do I find him? I typed in YouTube, and you popped up. Clay, then get off here. I'm not, like, seriously, go, dude. I'm not going to send you to someone else's shit to buy something. If you listen to him every day on Barstool Radio and he wins every single day, would you like the email from Dave Portnoy saying that he doesn't want to hear from him again, that he's a buffoon? I'm tired of talking about this, guys. Just admit what, dude? Yeah, I'm getting the same vibe. Clay, I've answered it 1,000 times. Don't what the hell me. I have been very upfront, very nice, but you keep asking about someone else that I say I have no affiliation with, and then you ask me, well, how can I find this person? Clay, I don't care. Yes, I'm sure I do. I made 500 videos for the company. I helped start the son of a bitch. I'm sure I pop up, but I'm no longer affiliated. If you go to their website, I am sure you will see other people other than me. All right, I'm putting an end to this shit. Here we go. How about this? Clay is out of here. Even if he's not a troll, he just I don't think the dude understands English very well. No offense, you look like Slim Shady. Great. Awesome. Here you go. Yep, Eric, that's exactly what it is. It's a bunch of waste of fucking time. That's exactly why I used to not go live at all, ever. Because I knew that the children of this industry that claim to be the experts, that claim to be the big boys, that couldn't start the shit without certain people, that wouldn't be what they are without certain people, had hours and hours on end to sit there and be little kids. So, whatever. That's why I don't go live, man. Chase sounds serious. Want to give him a shot in baseball. You said it. You said that a lot, man. But I'll be honest with you. No offense, but you sound just as much like a troll as Mr. Clay there. That's real shit. Be nice to your dog, part of your family. What the hell are you talking about? Here's Clay Thompson again. Fuck you, you little bitch. Here we go. We all know who this is. Relax. All stress is self-imposed. What are you talking about? If I was trolling, I say it man to man. Okay, then I don't bust balls. Okay, then you don't have to say that you are going to jump on baseball 50 times. Chase, why do you look? They don't know what they're talking about, and they're simple-minded people. You can't fix stupid, and that's what they are, stupid. No, I'm listen. I'm not upset. It makes me mad that here we are. We got 40 people in here that are all right. See you, buddy. We got 40 people in here. We're giving out free plays, free information. We're talking about games. Everybody's benefiting from it. And because those people can't do the same thing, they just want to come in here and troll to try to ruin it for everybody. Deal with a piece shit boss Jew. I don't know what that means. Already done a free play on here. It was on the South Carolina men's basketball game. Minus 15. Don't need the mood swings. Then leave, dude. Seriously. Yeah, I think he's pretty young too. But I don't know, man. That seems to be the new thing they're trying to do is hire these young gunners. And the thing is, they're going after the analytics stuff. They're trying to get people in here that can do the new age, be on a computer, instead of really manage a team. And for a real manager, you're just going to need experience. That may be on my card, so I can't. That game may be on my card, so I can't answer that. Appreciate it, Justice, Eric. People don't understand that Chase does not need to do this like other cappers on YouTube. He is legit trying to get on here and help us. Eric, that's why I never do it. Like, I don't have to do this. Hell, I don't have to do free play videos. I don't have to do all that. I do that to help people. I don't think he could do much with the Philly roster because I think he was dealing with a lot more uncertainty with Philly. I think Sam Fran's going to give him time. So that'll be where we find out if he's really got what it takes. I don't think Philly was going to give him the true time that he needed. Plus, there was so much uncertainty with Philly as to, obviously the money being spent with Harper, what's going to happen with McCutchen, what's going to happen with the pitching rotation, all that stuff. There, I don't think he was ever bred for success there. This dude right here. All right, dude, you're out of here, man. I've answered those questions from you directly at least 1,000 times in the past week. You get on here every day, ask the same questions. If you're not a troll, you do a fucking really bad job of proving it. So I'm not answering your questions. I've answered them 1,000 times, respectfully, nicely, the whole time thinking that something was just a bit off about you beside your terrible spelling. So I'm done with it, dude. What's up, Rio? Hold on, how much battery I got left on this thing? Uh-oh. All right, I'm going to have to get out of here in a second before my computer dies. Seriously, Justice, what is up with this dude? Doesn't he have some games to go cap to win 10, 20, 30 days in a row or whatever it is? Jesus Christ. I have a job in the union. Okay. Graduate it from high school and make about $150K. I don't want to be mean. I really don't. I really, really don't. Bingo! Somebody said it for me. If you would have just put a D on the end of that word instead of making it 2 words, people would believe that you graduate it from high school. But my side income is this and option trading. Your side income ain't this, dude. You've asked me 5 times how to... about a freaking bankroll amount. It's a side income for you. You'd have your own answers to those questions. Don't have spell check on my... Why would you need spell check for a word like graduated? All right, guys. I ain't dealing with this dude no more. I'm out of here before my computer dies. I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Send me an email if you need me. Jump on the basketball season before it ends tonight at midnight. Love you, dude. Sorry for all the bullshit today. Haters are going to hate.